Hello, hello, hello. Today is April 10th, 2025, and this is Behind the Veil Oracle. This is my third recording. Oh my God, my mic wasn't working on my last two recordings, so I have to do this again. And I had to test it, so I think this time around it will work. Anyway, this is a quickie. It's in regards to a question from one of the viewers. Her name's Elena from Russia. Now, she asked me two questions one in regards to Christian Dion and one about how I get my information on Keanu. She says, why did Christian Dion's predictions not come true? And then the second is how I get my information on Keanu. Okay, so make sure you guys go and see his videos and look up his videos, especially the one on the breakup and the legal troubles that he mentioned 2 years ago. I did look for him online. I think he might have a website, but I didn't go into it because I have to sign up for it. And then he does have a LinkedIn account and he has an Instagram account, but there's nothing interesting on Instagram account. There's no videos or anything like that. So anyway, maybe he has, some other way to contact him. But he's from Hermosa Beach, California, and he made, a name for himself as a psychic gossip entertainer. So, how Hollywood, they really went crazy over him. So anyway, in regards to the questions Elena has, okay, why Christian Dion's predictions didn't come true? Well, actually, they did come true. I do believe he and AG broke up, several times way back in the day, and then they got back together. But every time I do my intuitive downloads from my higher self, I get the word smokescreen. A lot of things are smokescreen, people. Sometimes it's maybe real, sometimes it's not. So I get the word smokescreen a lot when I do it with my higher self. I had a great conversation with my higher self all last night. That's all I was doing last night is getting in touch with my higher self. And when this happens, my eyes actually start to flicker, and I see this flickering light in my eyes. So when I know when that happens, I'm really aligned, and I'm really talking to my higher self. And my higher self has told me lots of stuff. There is a day of reckoning coming for Mr. Reeves, and I will talk about that towards the end of the month. God, I had a great conversation about that. Anyway, so there's also been delays, Elena, lots of delays, but things are wrapping up. Things are catching up. I remember Dion said he could see things, but sometimes could not pin down the date. So things he may have been talking about 2 years ago are not really going to be happening until now. And I think it's happening now. Things that he mentioned back then are happening now. There is a love he mentioned that he will get in touch with. They haven't dated, but she will be giving him advice and pulling him through this big mess he is in. Okay, she's going to be coming in. This is part of the day of reckoning, okay, that I was informed about through downloads from my higher self. Okay, she's a coming, and I left a message or a comment for Dion regarding this. So I left a new message on his website, although not his website, on his YouTube page, although he seems to have abandoned his YouTube page. Okay, and then the last question is, I gotta make this quick. The last question she said was, how do I get my information? Was through my intuitive downloads. Also through using tools like, oracle cards, angel cards, tarot cards, but I'm not gonna be using tarot cards anymore. But also I, was born on the day of fighting deception, okay, and looking for the truth. I'm like a little, sleuth or journalist. I got to get down to the bottom of things, to the nitty gritty. I don't like fluff. So I like to compare a lot of readings, see if we're all on the same page, and I do my other research, and that's how I do it. That's how you do it. So, if I was a psychic child, very psychic as a child. I kind of abandoned my psychic abilities back then, but they're back. I'm trying to bring them back, and they're back. And then I also have a very good friend who helps me. She's psychic as well. We've known each other for over 25 years. And whenever I can't figure out something, she tells me. So she gives me answers. So anyway, that's how I do all this. This is how I roll. That's how I roll. Okay. Anyway, people, I gotta go. You like my new board? Check out my board. You check out my board. It says you are exactly where you need to be. You like my board? I hope you do. Okay, everybody, take care. Talk to you later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't unsubscribe. I've seen some people subscribe and then they unsubscribe. Who does that? Don't do that. Just, if you don't want to listen to me for a couple weeks, don't listen to me, but stay on board. Don't do that. Nobody likes that. Okay, bye bye.